Hi, I'm Dan Hill, and I'd like to talk about a few things in this lesson just to get us off to a good start. The first being the grip. Now, there are a lot of different ways to hold the sticks. I like to just have like a general way, but something that's nice and relaxed. So we put the big fat part of the thumb on the stick, not the tip, okay, right on the stick, and then right across from the thumb, the index finger, usually between the first and second knuckles. In the back, the back three fingers just support, okay? They don't have to be right against the palm, but they're not sticking out. We don't want to let go with the back fingers, okay? So we have this little gap right here, and this is our fulcrum, our teeter-totter, and these guys in the back are our support system, our support team. So there's a little bit of a space between the two. I'm exaggerating. It doesn't have to be that big a gap, but again, we're going to move our fingers around and stuff as we play, but this is just a good place to start, okay? Now I check my grip by looking at my hands this way so that I can see a few things. I'm looking for this little space. I'm looking for these guys in support rather than kind of being hanging out here or something. And I look for the tip of the stick to be off, okay? They should be pointing at me, okay, if I'm looking like this, okay? And the other thing is I look at the back of my hands to see how much of the stick is behind my hand, okay? This way it looks like there's a whole lot of stick right there, but this back here is just about a half an inch or so. Okay, so the wrist stroke is the second thing I like to start with, and that is just basically a hinge, okay, this motion, okay? The arm isn't really doing much, just the wrist, okay? So with my arms basically parallel with the ground, I'm going to lift the tips to wherever I want to, but I'm going to start about here, both of the hands together, okay? And you notice I've got this kind of triangle going away from my body, okay? Rather than doing something like this or something kind of at a different angle. Okay, so now I'm going to start about here, and I'm going to come right back, okay? Wherever I'm going to start, I'm going to try to come right back to where I started, okay? So I'm catching it, I'm dropping it and catching it back where it started, as opposed to stopping it down here and then coming back and doing all this kind of lifting. This is a full stroke. In other words, stopping right where I started. Okay, I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Okay, so that's our wrist stroke. Now I'm going to start at 80 beats per minute on my metronome. I really suggest practicing with the metronome as much as possible. Now I'm just doing this on the pad to get us started, but we're going to do all this stuff on the drum set in another lesson. On my metronome I have 80 beats per minute. In other words, this beat will happen 80 beats throughout the minute. Okay? Now this is right with the beat. Okay, quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do eighth notes. 2 and 3 and 4. So this is twice as fast. Try to stay relaxed and give me just a nice relaxed wrist stroke, okay? No arm. So we're not doing this. Really try to avoid that. Okay, just the wrist stroke. And we're just playing together. A few things that we're watching for is for our tips to wind up in the same place, as opposed to something like this. Okay, if we're right-handed, the left hand is a little weaker. If we're left-handed, the right hand is a little bit weak. So we want to try to avoid that and bring them both to the same place. That way we have an even sound. And I would time myself. Look at your clock, maybe give yourself 5 minutes or so, and try to do this each day until this really feels comfortable and you have a nice relaxed wrist stroke and a nice strong yet relaxed grip. Okay? I appreciate you watching today. We're going to get to a few different rudiments in the next couple lessons, so please join me, and thanks for watching.